Najam, hello to you. Please give an introduction about yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. Doing great. Nice to meet you. I'm Najam. I'm German, as you can see from my skin tone.
Nah, I wouldn't be able to
um,
tell.
yeah, I'm from Germany. I joined the real world in end of June, and I own an e-com business. Not an e-com business. I own an e-com agency that develops and does copywriting or funnel strategies for online stores, specifically in Shopify. Um, yeah, that's basically what my business does. I'm 26, quite young yet, quite young still. Joined the real world and made a lot of money after that. But yeah, I think we're
That's
going
a
to
good
talk about
intro
it.
right there. I like it. How did you begin with the ecom agency? What was the idea behind that?
Yeah, that's an interesting story. So I will make it short to get there, but I was always a different kind of kid. I wasn't like all of the others. I was always very active. I was very positive, and I had big dreams, big dreams, and I never understood why you can't do particular things. So what happened is I was very bad at school. I was super bad at university. I dropped out, but I was very hardworking because of my father. Because my father worked very hard for me and my siblings. So at some point, after trying to study and make my parents happy, I dropped out because it was 3 years and I didn't get anything done because I had massive problems to concentrate and work and learn. So I dropped out of university, but I was doing this side job in e-commerce consulting. So basically, we were consulting shops. And I loved it. I loved to work on these projects. I loved to work with these great guys who did startups who just went with their heads through the wall. And I like that. I wanted to be like that as well. So I was like, okay, let's get specific into this field. I worked for 2 years in this field, got a lot of competence. And then I started my own agency after a couple of events because that wasn't the right thing either. Yeah, that's basically how I started. But there are a lot of lows and tough times in between. But yeah, that's how my agency came to life. Then just to talk about the how it was before I joined the real world, it was going down and down and down and down. So before I joined, it was going down. I lost my flat. I was living with the mom of my wife, which was very tough. Which is very tough. I'm still there. We are moving out because we have a lot of money now. I had literally zero, like almost no money on my bank account. I have a kid. I have a daughter, 9 months old, and a wife. So yeah, it was extremely tough. Extremely tough. But that's about my agency. Should I continue the story
Yeah,
how it
yeah,
went up?
continue.
Okay, sure. So what happened is the following. I had many tough times in life. You know, like I had a big car crash where I almost lost my mother. She almost died in my lap. I had different kinds of stuff. I had a big breakup, and I had a lot of fear, and I could never deal with it, never. And that was holding me back since the beginning of my agency. Okay, so every time I had to work on something I couldn't do, every time I had some big goal, I had big, massive struggle to deal with the pain, and I was always and with the fear, and always resorted to my phone or social media or something else. I was yeah, always like that. So what happened is I got more and more pressure, more and more workload. Customers were the few I had were getting very unhappy, and I lost basically all of my money that I earned before. I had to move. I tried to relocate, and I had to move back. I went to Hamburg. I had to come back to Frankfurt. So it wasn't successful. I had no money. I have a kid. I have a wife. And what happened is, at some point, I was sitting at the home of my mother-in-law. I was sitting in the living room, laying on the couch, just doing nothing because I was very I was depressed. I was like down and everything. It even sounds weird to talk about because I feel like I'm a different person now. But I couldn't do anything for more than 1 hour. I guess I would stop immediately. Like I started going to the gym every 2 weeks, but I did it one day and stopped. But anyways, I was laying there, and that was not the problem. The problem was that my wife got really depressed as well. So she was super down. She was like super. She was always behind me. She always had my back, but she was like getting down. She was like getting annoyed on everything and stuff like that. And what happened is I watched a podcast of Andrew before. I was already in the real world since 2 weeks or something, and he said that because I didn't know how to deal with my wife properly back then, and he said that you are responsible for your wife to be happy, to care for her, that she's always right. And she was depressed, and that was something I couldn't take because I had to be at home with her. I didn't have any office anymore. I had nothing, and she was depressed, and I was like, I was at such a low point. Like, I was super angry. I was like, and it was just this sentence of Andrew Tate. It wasn't my head. It was like, it's your responsibility as a man to care for your wife, and to take responsibility for her and make sure that she's happy no matter what. Like, it's 100% your responsibility. And I was the opposite of that. I was always like, you are not doing this, you're not doing that. I was just crying around all day. So I was like, screw this all. I went to my wife. I told her I'm gonna change everything now. I opened my laptop. I literally opened the copywriting course, and I watched it straight for 8 hours, and I had problems to concentrate even for 30 minutes before. I thought I had ADHD and everything they tell you these days. And I worked for 8 hours straight. And then I went back to my wife, and she was like, she thought I was crazy or something. She was like, we need to talk, wait a second and stuff. I was like, listen, I know you think I'm a loser, and I am a loser right now, but I'm moving out of it very quickly now. So I need you to back me up. I need you to put fruit here. I need you to put food here and everything. I need like 4 days, and I will finish the copywriting campus. Full, everything. And I actually did. I had 4 days. I woke up super early. I worked like really crazy. And she didn't understand. And I was like, just imagine I have to pass an exam. Like, I have to give an exam tomorrow, and I didn't learn anything, and you have to help me pass it. So that's what I did. I learned like crazy. I learned everything. I wrote down everything. I still it was 4 months ago. I still use the notes. And then I started outreaching like crazy. After I had everything, I just wanted to win. Like, I was going straight to the goal, not like I need this, I need that. I just wanted to apply, to start and do it. And this was like 2 or 3 weeks. I was full power, and got actually a client. I was my first client after this downfall and everything. And I was outreaching like crazy. I was outreaching everyone I knew and stuff like that. So getting appointments, getting talks to people, and I had so many barriers in my head. I was like, you can't be successful. Like, my head was telling me this all the time. And I basically did push-ups until I until I had a clear head. I actually gained some muscle. Maybe you can see a little bit. I was like super thin before. But yeah, that's the start of it. That was the July. I made 7K there until the end. And I was super, super annoyed that it wasn't more. And I knew that a lot was coming, but I didn't raise the number, until the end of the month. So I was still going fast. And I got a lot of clients then in August in the first week, and that annoyed me even more, And I was like, okay, I have to raise the bar again. So I made actually twice as much that month, but I stopped at some point because I realized I shouldn't close too many. I should also take care of the customers very well. Fulfill, exactly. So yeah, that's a very, very short version how it began. It was all the power up calls and the mentality of Andrew Bass. I wish to meet him one day. He's basically my biggest mentor, I think, of my life. I owe him a lot. And especially the how to fix your brain, the power up calls. I watch them every day. I watched mine today as well. It's the biggest game changer of everything. Like, I had a friend who struggling with the same issues that I have, like not concentrating, always feeling down and stuff like that. And I just gave him the advice, join the real world and just watch the power-up calls of Andrew, because they are so amazing.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I want to go back to. It just shows how much potential there really is in each man. Because even though they might be a quote unquote loser, or again, maybe not even without the quotes, maybe they
Yeah.
are a loser at that point, but there's still something within them that, given the right guidance,
Yeah.
they'll turn into, look at you, like that huge transformation.
The problem is that you don't even know that there is a solution to this. You already accepted that this is the problem. You don't even realize it's a problem because you have no attention span. You know, like I'm a Muslim, I pray, and I pray 5 times a day, and I'm doing this since years. Like this is alhamdulillah one thing that works. And the thing is, you have a clear mind when you pray usually, or at least a bit clearer because you're distracted all day. And every time I prayed, I was like, oh God, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I will. And 2 minutes after praying, I didn't even remember what I said. Like at the next prayer, like 2-3 hours later, I didn't even know that I wanted to go to the gym or I wanted to work on this problem because I just sat down. It was a clear habit of mine to pick up my phone and check, I don't know what, totally useless, time wasting, and be distracted. And my brain was basically not working. So to get the game changer with Andrew was not that he's a motivational coach or anything. He taught me how to deal with things, and he taught me how to see signals in my life, and how to fix my brain. That was crazy, and it's getting better and better. I could basically at some point get out of the Hustlers University and was improve still, because it's something for a lifetime. And by the way, my wife loves me now. My mother-in-law loves me. My mother, who never really had attention for me, hugged me last week and was almost crying and was super proud of me. I gave her $250 just into her hand. I have a father who works all day. I want to retire him. So yeah, every basically stage of my life, I would take 3 hours to explain everything, because I started going to the fighting gym as well. That was a real transformation as well. But yeah, there's so much things that happened. And basically what the Hustlers University realized for me is, and it's crazy how cheap it is. It's just $50 because I had a consulting business. I'm paying them $50K previously. I didn't know how to pay it, and it was not that much value. And they are even the best on the market. So yeah, you can calculate it yourself. But the thing is, it's insane amount of value, and it didn't even, like in the consulting business, it was improving my business a little bit. This improved my whole life. My relation to God got so much better. Relation to wife got so much better. Relation to my siblings, to my parents, my business itself, my relation, and the most important thing, to myself, got so much better, because I like myself. I wouldn't say that I'm proud of myself yet, but I'm proud of the way I'm acting every day. And that's something I couldn't even think of, how great it feels. I didn't even know how that is. I don't even know what it is.
Wow. Huge. What a transformation. I love that.
Yeah,
Even though you're saying it was a short version, still loved listening to that.
Yeah, I'm really cutting out stuff a lot because I don't even know where to start. Like I told you that I went monk mode the last 3 months, and I didn't talk to anyone at all because I didn't want to get distracted by anything. And it's the first time I'm actually talking to someone about it. Like I didn't talk to anyone since 3 months. I was just working. It was super fun. One thing that Andrew talks about as well is looping. So he gives you a mental structure to get to always take the right decision. It's OODA looping. It's called OODA looping. You probably know it. And that was such a big game changer for me because I never knew. In OODA looping, you orient and you get to know what your position is and what the next move is. I never knew my position. I never knew where I wanted to go. I knew I want to make this much money. That's what I always had. But I never knew where I was standing, what's actually happening. And one day I say, I'm never going to touch my phone again. At the next day, I'm at my phone again, and I never knew. And 2 weeks ago, I had my productivity went down like 20%. And I did one loop, and I realized that 1 week ago, I had a small habit that changed myself. It's such deep detail already. And I just have to cut it out. I cut it out for 2 hours, 3 hours. done.
Okay.
Priority give feedback. So it's crazy. It's crazy when he teaches.
And you said 3 months of monk mode. So give a
Yeah.
breakdown. What did your day look like from when you woke
Okay.
up to when you went to sleep in those 3 months?
Okay, so the first month was I woke up at I always wake up at 8 or 9. That was my standard, and I just worked. I left everything I had in life, and I just worked until 3 in the morning. Right. So I didn't do anything else. I just prayed, but I prayed like really quickly, and that's it. I didn't eat much. That's it. That was the first month. After some time, I realized that. Especially after Andrew had many lessons on how to deal with family, how to deal with others and stuff, I realized that I'm not giving my wife enough time because she deserves it as well, obviously, and myself. So I added these two things as well. So I said, okay, instead of and also he said that you have to budget out your calendar and stuff like that. It's amazing. Like it's so much input. You realize it probably that I can't break it down that easily because it's way too much. It's not the one thing. It's like probably 50 things or something. But what happened is, first month I worked since until 3 a.m. every day. I was even afraid at 3 a.m. in the morning because I was outside. I was at some small office and I was like, okay, what's if someone comes in here or something? I really killed my fears. Like I did push-ups and stuff like that to get rid of that because I was a very, very fearful person. I was really meek and stuff. I couldn't sit straight. If you had seen me 3 months before, you wouldn't realize. But second month, I had great structure. I had better planning. I came into planning. I learned how to plan and execute that plan. That's the best feeling in the world. And I never, ever could do that before. And in the second month, I also started boxing because I heard Andrew Tate say you have to learn fighting. That was the biggest game changer as well. Like that's probably one of the biggest ones. And then my routine right now is I have 5 different things. I have God first, then I have my family, I have work, and then I have myself, and then food. I think I should put them together, myself and food, but yeah. And what I do is I wake up at 5, I pray first thing in the morning, then I go to the mosque, pray again. I go to work. I'm usually in the office at 7 a.m. and I work a lot. It took a lot of time to build this routine, just step by step, and Andrew teaches you that, Andrew of the Copywriting Campus. And build my routine, so 7 to 12, I work, then I eat something. I drink a lot of water while I work. I drink around 2 liters a day. At 12, I eat. I do very low carb, eat a lot of meat. Then I work until 6. I do my prayers on time. They're on different times of the day. 3 times of the week I go fighting. So at 6 I would go to the boxing gym and just work like crazy there for 2 hours. And 2 days I do long work days. So I work longer. And then I finish my day by going to the mosque again in the evening. I'm doing this since I think 2 months already. Perfect, fine, clear routine. And I never managed to get any routine straight in my whole life. Like that's the first time. Thank God. But yeah, then I go to mosque. Then I spend 1 hour quality time with my wife. I listen to her. I give her super energy. Like sometimes she's down and she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And so sometimes I come back from the boxing gym and I'm like, everything is full of sweat, you know, like you are done. And one day my head was hurting because someone hit me in the face. And I came home, and every time I'm in front of the door, I think of another quote of Andrew Tate. He said, no matter what, no matter how you feel, how much shit you had to deal with at work, if you go home and your wife complains, you need to have that little more patience to listen to her, because she's the emotional being and you are the logical being. And it's so much better. And I started doing that. And she was like, what the hell? I just screamed at you. Why are you like this? You know? And she loved me so much more after that. So every time I came home, I had to do this for 2 or 3 days, that I just was like, how are you doing? Smiling like this and super energetic like now and stuff like that. And she started cooking for me. She started making my clothes every morning. She's like super supportive now. Like amazing how my marriage changed. My kid is much happier. You can see it. And the funny thing is that she's not depressed anymore. She's not down anymore. Like if I'm down at some day, she gives me the energy back. So it's crazy. But yeah, that's basically it.
Wow. What a story.
I could talk hours about
Again,
this. These are just like
this is the blueprint that Tate gives and the real world. And usually they're expecting you to implement it over years maybe, but you just went hyper focus mode, and in 3 months all of this.
Well, actually, yeah. I actually always wanted to be successful. I always watched these people. I started watching Andrew Tate very late. I was very late to the party, actually. What's about that? I maybe started 2 months before joining, so June or something, March. No, May or June something. But the thing is that I always wanted to be successful in my head. I always wanted to do it, and I know many people who are like me, but I never could. Like you always try, you always try, and I didn't end up like the normal guy in a normal job, because every time I did a normal job, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand the stupidity of the people. I couldn't stand the low energy. I couldn't stand the low effort, and every time I tried it myself, it didn't work. Like at some point I lost myself and I didn't even remember my goals. I'm super distracted, super distracted. And yeah, I feel like a human again. I feel like I actually told my brother yesterday, I was like, you can give me any human task, I will deal with it. It doesn't matter in which field. I was super bad at developing. I didn't even focus right. And I developed so much and such amazing stuff in weeks. In languages I don't even know, but just because I'm super focused, you can give me any language, anything you want to have, I can do it. Give me a week, it's crazy. And I remember previously when I had three customers, I was like getting stressed, getting nervous, couldn't sleep and stuff. I have 20 now. Mm-hmm. Like today I had 7 meetings, and in between meetings I have like 10 minutes, 15 minutes I work. When I had to go downstairs, I was super happy. I could make one call. Like like I always squeeze in work, and it's not like fear anymore or something. Like I don't know, if I get in a traffic jam, I will just park my car at the side and start working. I will be happy. I will like, yes, I can work a little bit more. Like, yeah, it's like no bullshit. Just go straight to the goal. It's amazing. It's amazing.
What would you say to people who say, but working so much is excessive, you need time to relax?
Yeah.
That's why maybe you don't speak to people, because they say things like that.
Yeah, that's something I hear that like after months again. Yeah, let me think about that. So the thing is, I have on my phone, I have the wallpaper of my father. My father is, when I look at pictures of him at his young age, The Lion King, the movie?
I haven't seen, no.
It's a Disney movie, very, very popular, Lion King.
Yeah, I know it, but I haven't actually watched.
Okay, basically you have this protagonist, that's the lion, and you have his father, that's Mufasa, right? And he's bigger and stronger than him. And he dies very early, and then the guy runs away and comes back and is a G again. But the thing is, my father worked like crazy when I was a kid. He and really hard work in the cold and stuff like that, just to feed us and me and my siblings. And every time I meet him, because he still has to work 12 hours a day, because he is like, he has a hard job, and he has to earn money. He had many hard times in his life and stuff like that. And I don't have time to chill, I don't have time to relax, because I want to retire him as badly as I can. And the thing is, I wasn't like that before. I knew I always wanted to do that. But once I joined the Hustlers University and I got rid of all the distractions, I actually realized how strong the pain in myself is when I see my father. And he always tells me, I'm proud of you. And I'm like, you're not proud of me. And he says, I'm proud of you. You're my son and stuff like that. But I know he's not proud of me. Like he just says it. But I don't want it. I want to be so successful that he's proud of me in his heart, and not like just, it's like saying hello or thank you, you know, like if you see someone, you say hello, and he's like, I see my son, I have to tell him this, you know, I can't tell him I'm not proud of him. I know he's not, he probably thinks he's proud of me, but he's not proud of me, and I want to make him proud. That's one of my biggest things. The other thing is, what would I tell to people who say, yeah, it depends on your goals. If you want to stay a loser, if you don't, I couldn't imagine working 9 to 5, you know, because it's so exciting. Andrew, and I learned this from Andrew in the copywriting campus. He's super excited to work. He's like, he says, I wish every day was a Monday. That's totally different to the depressed guys you see in the suits here, right? Like they go to more, like Andrew's crazy. But he's the only guy I listen to, you know, like I listen to no one. I just listen to his stuff. And he says, I wish every day was Monday. He just said it in a power call 2 days ago. And he says, oh, it's such a great day. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to conquer this today. I'm going to do this. And I'm like, I'm sitting here. I'm afraid of working, or I'm like, I've like, you know, like this, trying not to get distracted and stuff. And this guy is actually happy to do it. And I was like, I need to be like this guy, you know, like, and I started to do it. And I love going towards success. There's nothing better than it. I try to train my arm since I'm 4 years old, because I always thought I'm super thin, like a stick. And I never managed to do it because I was always distracted. And now I love it. Every time I have them here. See them? Yeah. So I love working on it. I love going towards the goal, and all of this, oh, but you don't work too hard, or you need a break, stuff like that. Once you get away from the cheap dopamines and from the instant gratification, you find gratification in work, you find gratification in prayer, you find gratification in spending money for the poor people. You get gratification for treating your parents nice, for treating your wife nice. It's stuff that I never did. I was very bad to them. And my older brother comes to me asks for advice. Like it's that far already. I'm the oldest son now in the family, basically. So it's a stage of honor. It's not bad. I don't feel bad or depressed. I'm super energetic. I work 13 hours today. I don't know, 12 maybe, 12, 11. I'm super fresh. I love it. There's nothing but I'm definitely gonna have my holidays and stuff like that and chill and relax. But I have to get at the point where I can think about it. Even like I have to get some money first, because I have no power. Otherwise, I will just be a slave to the system, or just a slave to I don't know what, you know. Mm-hmm. So I need the freedom, and I'm just working on getting the freedom, and yeah.
Okay. And for work, is it still copywriting, or have you moved on to something else?
No, it's copywriting and development. I did development before, and you when you build an online shop, you always have to do copywriting. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was not even a proper positioning with my business. But since Andrew has the copywriting campus, I didn't even know that copywriting was such a great thing. Like I was like, what's copywriting? You know, like it's just one line of text. You can use AI. That's what people say all day. They say, oh, copywriting is useless. The big online shops that make good money know what a good copywriter makes, and they know that AI doesn't work. Now, AI will never work. AI will only make it faster, or maybe it will work one day. I don't know. But the thing is, Andrew has so much competence, and I had a lot of competence, and I was like, okay, I can start selling this to my customers, and that's what I did. Basically, I closed 80% of the deals on copywriting, and I sell development afterwards. So, and the development is not even a product. It's like, we do this, we build this funnel. It's actually copywriting, right? I just have more tools. I'm faster. I know development. I can do big projects. A normal copywriter would need to get someone for. I just do it, you know? Like someone needs a very great landing page and a product configurator. I will write the page and just develop the configurator. It's the same thing for me. Mm-hmm. At this point. But yeah, yeah, I do most of the time, most of the stuff with the copywriting that I learned from Andrew. And Andrew explained basic business, which changed everything for me. He explained that you have to provide value and think in their position, what do they need to, and usually they want more money. So what do they want? They want more money. How can you get them there? And at some point you get so good at improving businesses. I didn't even know that was possible. Like how to build a proper funnel strategy, how to do content and stuff like that. My own business got better because of this, because I know how to sell my stuff, obviously. But at some point you get so good at this, how to monetize attention, that people listen to you on the call and they're like, holy shit, he has something. I have to get into call with him. And then you go into the call and you do what Andrew says. You provide so much value. He teaches you everything step by step. Like if you're the biggest idiot on the wall like me, you can do it, because I'm not intelligent. I'm definitely not intelligent.
Wait. Hold up. I don't need you casting those spells on yourself. Rephrase that. Don't say that. Don't say it that way. Say it a different way.
Okay. It's like if you're not hyper intelligent, or like someone who is, how would you say that?
I know I wouldn't say the I word and then call myself something, as you said. I'm definitely not putting that into my subconscious. That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's like I was always at standard tasks in school. I was always worse than everyone else and stuff like that. That's why I say I'm probably just normal intelligent, not like hyper intelligent. But I think you would even say that maybe to yourself. I don't know. But yeah, I just want.
You'd give us some other words, like you were, or at this current moment I'm this, because that implies change. Whereas if you say I am this, then that's like concrete. You're this, and that's it. That's who you feed into your subconscious. So yeah, just maybe if you're saying I was this way, then yeah, that's fine to say.
All right, nice. Thanks for the learning. Thank you very much. It's good to know. So basically, I even if you are not very intelligent, or if you think you're not very intelligent, because I always thought I could never be a developer. And will give you steps how to learn it and how to provide massive value if you're just there and investing time and you are serious about it, and not like I see some people in there who are like, okay, what to do now? Okay, what's this? Can someone guide me through? You can guide yourself through if you just click on the course and read the description. I'm sorry, but if you really want it, you get a way to do it. And I would consider, like back in the days, I thought I was the dumbest person on earth. Like I couldn't concentrate like even 10 minutes. And now I can work without breaks, like the G sessions Andrew talks about. Like I can work, I worked for 90 minutes and I feel like I could easily do 30 more. I even did 2-hour sessions and they were great. So just do some push-up breaks in between. But the thing is, you don't have to be very intelligent, even though I don't think that even matters at this point, because it's just hard work and getting to the next step, reflecting, getting to the next step and stuff like that.
Okay. Now I want to go back to when you said you had 7 calls, where you say you do copywriting. So were all those calls basically just client outreach or what?
Yeah. What? Sorry, I didn't get this question.
Yeah. The 7 calls you did today, were they all just client outreach?
No. They weren't outreach. I had 2 outreach calls today. I got 1 new customer today, the 4K project. Gonna kick it off really fast. And how much? And 4 calls were with customers who still get results. Like get the next copies and stuff. And maybe a short thing about that, I was very slow at working before, and now I'm so fast. That's why I have 7 meetings today, because I give everyone updates. I give them a lot of value. They're like, oh my God, how did he do this fast? Like I built a whole product page, pure custom development, and in 3 days. Like they were like, we need to optimize our conversion. I was like, until when? They said yesterday it should be done. It should have been done. So because the campaigns are running, I said, give me 2 days. I gave them a whole of the design. I called them myself. They didn't. They didn't work. I worked on the weekend, and I just did it, and super fast. They wanted to pay me 2K. They paid me 4 because it was super fast, and they booked another project with me, and we got actually twice of the amount of work done. It was super service, and yeah, that's basically a thing that was a problem always before. And I get testimonials now. Like, people want to give me testimonials. I get video testimonials as well. I would probably take a camera guy, go to their place, and make a really good one for the website. But yeah.
Super solid. Okay. And then in terms of income, in that monk mode phase you had for 3 months,
Yeah.
maybe it's still ongoing, how was your income?
Not enough. Not enough. So in the first month I made, actually, let me check it here. I have it open right now. So before I joined the university, I made like, it's crazy when I see this. I made like $500 in 3 months. As I said, my bank balance went basically to zero. In July, after joining, I closed my first deal, I think, in the fourth week, really small deals. But basically in July, I made 6.5. In August, I made 12.5 cash flow. That's all cash flow. In September, I made 9. And this month, it's the 10th of October, I already made 12.5. God's great. This is just cash flow. The actual revenue is, like, in total, this would be 25, 35. It would be around 40. But the total cash flow, the total revenue should be around 60 to 70. But right now, this is 40, just cash flow. The last 3 months, I paid off all my debt. I paid off a lot of stuff. I paid it's like my mother-in-law didn't have a cooking stove and stuff like that. I bought that for her, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But yeah. We are actually moving out now. We are moving. I have an office, as you can see, right? I didn't have an office before. I have a screen and stuff like that. I have, So basically, just.
I was going to ask, consider you have made 60 to 70,000 basically. How has lifestyle changed? Is there any more to add there?
More what?
Is there any more to add on how lifestyle has changed?
Well, yes. I lost respect for money. So it's not like I go to groceries and I tell my wife, "Oh, take the cheap stuff," because we have to. The mindset of you have to save money to get rich, or you just have to save money. That's the craziest thing you can ever do. Like, I think that's one of the things that will destroy you. And I just I had some, I got some money, but I had to pay off the debt. So it came in and I have to pay it off directly. I was like, I have to make more money. And the thing is, you cannot save it. You just get another problem and then you make more money, and you somehow find a way to do it because your brain is able to solve stuff if you're not distracted by social media or stuff like that all the time, as we are. But lifestyle changes a lot because I bought a bunch of new clothes. I usually walk around like a bit like you, like in a suit or stuff like that. I'm much more confident when I walk around. I get noticed a lot. I see people look at me. Before I was like never. When I open my mouth, no one even realized I'm talking, and now I say something and people are like, they're focused on me, like that's something else. But women start talking to me, like, you know what I mean? Like, they want to get closer to you and stuff like that. Never had that before as well. For the guys who are looking for a girlfriend or something, I'm already married, so I have to say, hey, come on, move. But other than that, I don't buy much stuff, but I buy stuff for people. And my wife, I always felt embarrassed because my wife asked me for money, like to do groceries or stuff, and I didn't have anything. She can do groceries now. She can buy stuff for my daughter now. My daughter has new clothes. That's actually the win for me. I went to my mom, gave her $250. I buy stuff for my father. I want to buy a car for him, stuff like that. So yeah, that's how my lifestyle changed. I actually started moving stuff. I always was afraid of how it will be in the next month. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm relocating. I'm moving to my own place. I always was afraid to move to my own place because I didn't have a fixed way of income. No, that's not the problem at all. Like, and the funny thing is, I apply for these like before I applied for these open apartments for rent, and they didn't reply. I had to write to 20 a day, and maybe 5 replied in a week. Now I can just take the expensive ones, and I asked them, and I was like, I'm not even serious about it, and I don't even reply, and they are behind me. They call me. They're like, Mr. Najam, do you want to come here? I have another one as well, stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, of course. Now you're back, right? So yeah, it's amazing. Like, people come after you, or they treat you differently. It's amazing how much they.
Yeah, because when you phrase it that way, you get money, people come after you. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, they respect you more. They talk to you and stuff like that, right? There have also been challenges, matrix attacks, if you want. Yeah, a lot, but deal with them easily. But that's another topic. Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's super crazy. Like, when I came here first, I was like just making my first money, and everyone was super nice. And now I'm making money like crazy, like all the time. Like, and the guys from the office down there, they were like, "You didn't pay your rent." I was like, "I pay my rent." They were like, "Do you have to leave now?" Like, they threw me out of the office. They cut off my internet. Everything was in here, all my stuff. I was like, "What's happening?" Like, I was really afraid inside, but I was like, "Okay, let's take this fear and channel it. I'm gonna work super hard." I worked outside of the office then. And 2 days later, they were like, "Oh, it was our mistake." I was like, "Obviously, it was your mistake. I showed you the pay slip and everything." I talked with them. I really I was like, "Are you guys crazy?" But they didn't listen. I was like, "Okay, I have to do my thing." And I had a sales call that day, and I closed it. I had to do a lot of preparation. And I closed it. I was super angry. And Saturday, there was another attack because I think one of those guys don't like me. My key was not working. He'd changed something on my key. It's digital keys. And I couldn't come in, and I had another sales call, and I had to sit in the lounge where there's not even proper office setup and everything. I had to prepare a lot of stuff, and it was video calls, so I had to make a good impression in front of the customer. And I was like, okay, all of the stress, all of the feeling uncomfortable because they want to throw me out. That's super, super weird because you see them every day. All of this, I know that they're gonna attack me. They basically gave me a notice because I have my weights here. They are dangerous or something. It's super crazy. Like, they're insane. And they were super nice to me in the beginning when I was like a geek, and and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give 200% on this sales call, and I closed that one as well. That was a 5K deal that I closed on Saturday.
In a lounge outside your office because you got locked out. Wow.
Yeah, that was super insane. I have everything here, like my water, everything, and I don't know what. And they don't work on the weekends, by the way. They don't work. Like, if I ask them if my key's not working or something, they need a whole day to fix it, and maybe they let me in. But if they think I didn't pay my rent, they will throw me out in 30 minutes if I don't pay it. And I already paid it, so wow. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and they come in while I have a meeting, so it's a proper matrix attack. Yeah. and the great thing is, I was super afraid before always with this encounters and confrontation. This just fires me up, man. Like, even if I talk about it now, I want to work more. I'm like, I'm gonna do a new push-up, high score. It's crazy. I love it.
Damn. Huge. Okay, since you're on this trajectory, then where do you see your life heading in the short term, medium term, and long term?
Okay, short term is doing the meditation of work, the getting 100% grasp of myself. It's already, I think it's a very long term thing actually, but I want to get to a certain level where I can control my brain and tell my brain what to do and just do it. Midterm is getting my and relocating is short term as well. I'm relocating now. The midterm is getting my employees and growing my business, and obviously make a lot of money and make 100K a month. That's the first goal, the first milestone. Then okay, that's fine now. Now I can do different things. Like I'm just gonna grind until I do it 100K a month. It's a crazy goal, I know, because I do 12K now, but that's exactly what I need. I have to be crazy and break all the barriers until I do 100K 1 month. That's the midterm goal, and the long-term goal is definitely focus 100% on making God happy. So that's actually what I do right now. That's what I learned in this course of life with Andrew Schultz, because I realized what I really want. And by the way, God is sending a lot of opportunities my way at this point. Like I get super, like some people come to me and want to work with me, and I didn't get a lead like since a year or something. And now I get like people are coming themselves. I don't know where. I have no Google score, nothing, no visibility. So yeah, long term is doing making God happy. That means basically that doing a lot of charity and stuff like that. Like basically, the ideal thing for me would be going to Africa, into a village, and starting from zero with nothing, and taking like 20 dudes, 10 dudes, and just teach them and build a big business, and just give everyone food, just build a whole infrastructure, something like that. Like teaching people the values they need, teaching men the values they need, because I had a very rough childhood because of family and stuff, and men not doing the right thing. Teaching as many men this way of life, which is amazing, which feels great, which makes God happy. And that's actually the first time I'm saying this. I always thought God hates me or is disappointed with me. I know that, like, I feel that God is not disappointed in me now at this point, and that's the biggest thing of my life. So that's the long-term goal.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I want to build an orphanage as well.
Yeah. And again, 3 to 4 months ago, this was a completely different person. Would have been a completely different person sitting in front of me. In
Definitely.
just that short time span. Dude, it's just the epitome of what's possible when you fully commit yourself to it.
Yeah, it's true. I believe everyone could do it. Everyone who's actually serious about it could do it. And I heard this many times from Andrew. I read this many times. I heard this many times from successful people, and I didn't understand it. Or I was like, I don't know. Maybe I got down when I read it. I don't know, because I thought I don't have it in me, but it's in you. It's in you. You just have to. I don't know. I don't know what to say to people so they can grasp on this. But once you get on it, I think you have to. That's the thing that Andrew told me. That's what I would tell one person. He said that sit down, put everything away, and imagine what could have happened if you have been successful in the last, if you worked 100% in the last 3 months, and where you could have been. And imagine it's so clear that you can feel it and get angry that you don't have it. And now that you listen to me, and I had nothing, I had no experience, nothing. I was not skilled. I was super dumb. I thought I could do nothing. I couldn't even concentrate longer than 2 minutes and just run away because I was afraid of my brain telling me that I can't do stuff. And I did this in 3.5, 4 months. And then you can definitely do. I was this person that walked through a room, and I always thought everyone is more intelligent than me. And I always thought everyone's stronger than me as well. I was not confident. Like if someone started being a bit violent or something, I was like ducking away or just going away really quickly. And I had an encounter like 1.5 months ago, since I'm doing boxing and stuff and feeling much more stronger. It actually ended before it started because the guy realized, hey, it's going to get dangerous if I continue here, right? So and I was very calculated. Like I remember in school, like my feet were getting wobbly when I had to fight someone. That's not happening anymore. You know, it's very calculated. Like if I would fight with someone, it would be very calculated now.
Wow. Again, it basically leaving me speechless. All right. I'll be looking
Anyone
forward
could do
then.
it. Anyone
Yeah,
could do it. I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
looking forward to another follow-up at the start of next year. Because again, that would be basically another 3 months. And
Yeah, you want to meet the next person, right?
huh? Repeat, sorry?
You want to meet the next person of me, the
No,
next
no, no.
version.
Oh, next question. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because again, just in 3 months all of this, and now that's the hardest part, going from zero. So now that you have
Oh,
all this
really?
momentum, then in
Yeah,
another three
actually, yeah.
months, what?
It feels great. Like working is super easy now, by the way. Like doing great work and going the extra mile and stuff like that, where customers be like, "Oh my God, he's crazy!" Like you see it in their eyes, you know. And you can basically sell them anything at this point when they are this excited about your work, but and they trust you a lot. But it like it's super easy to perform very well. And the thing is, I don't even have that crazy routine. Like if like my wife doesn't think that I work too much. You know, like I work all day on weekends, obviously, but I have every day I spend like 1 active hour with my wife, and I didn't do that before when I had more time and I didn't work. And it's so much quality. I spend so much time with my mother-in-law. When I call my mom, it's so much quality in these calls. Like they are happy that I'm spending time with them. They are like, it's an honor. My wife is super proud of me. She tells everyone about me and stuff like that. So yeah, it gets so easy to win. Like it's crazy. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm getting literally goosebumps here because if I had known that Andrew Bay said this, he said that it was a quote from someone else, but he said you have to stop hoping that there won't be any waves anymore. You just have to learn how to go with the waves. And I always run away from pain, suffering, and working hard, stuff like that. And once I learned and I went in, because you're not going to do it at the first time. I think the better quality is to get back to focus, not to start focus. Obviously you have to start focus, but I think it's very, very important to get back to focus, because you always get out and then you strive off to I don't know where, and you have to get back. You have to be very good at, oh, I'm tired this morning, but I'm still going to do it. So you have to get back into it. But yeah, in the beginning it's going to be tough, but it gets easier every day. And the boxing gym was a big game changer because they train you until you're at your limit. So working gets super easy. So I got my face smashed from pros. And the next day I'm sitting in the office and I'm like, this is great. It's super. I'm sitting in a like I have air conditioning here. I have Wi-Fi. I can sit here. I can drink as much water I want because I don't get water at training. This is the best thing ever. I love it. So if you're constantly spiking dopamines here with your phone, obviously work is going to be here. But if you leave them all out and you're going to go to work out and stuff, then work is this. So work gets you new fun, and or spending time with your wife. And imagine you have someone important in your life and you go to that person and you have the best time of your life with her. Like I meet people and I love it. Like I love talking to them. I love having quality time. And I never had this before. Like 4 months ago, I was just sitting on my phone. My wife was there. She was like, "Hey, you want to do this?" "Nah, I don't want to do this." "Hey, can you help?" "No, I'm tired. No, I did too much work today." And now I come home and she's like, "You worked so much. Have a break. I cooked this for you." I was like, "No, I want to do this for you. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, come on." She's like, "No, no," and stuff like that. And then she gets even happier every day. It's amazing. My daughter loves me. She every time she sees me, she's like running towards me, like crawling towards me. She didn't do this before. I didn't even have a relationship to her. Like when she was born, I was like, I felt nothing. It's crazy. I was like, I really felt bad because of this. I was like, you're not okay, you know. Like I was like, I felt bad. Like I was not happy with myself. And now my daughter is like, when she sees me, she runs towards me. When I leave the house, she cries for 5 minutes. Um, you can't take her from my arms. Like she's like clinging on me, and she doesn't hug anyone. She never hugs anyone. But when I get home, she hugs me like for 15 minutes, and just wants to be hugged. Like she loves me so much, the energy and everything, and I'm really grateful for that. No one could give me that. So yeah, thank you guys very much.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know, dude. You left me speechless. You're like, I've
Yes.
done 300 interviews, and this is just leaving me speechless.
The thing is, uh, sometimes I'm like, people say that you guys are bad, and at some point maybe I thought as well. Like it was my general like opinion without realizing it. As back in the days when I was a zombie, a social media zombie as well, and then I realized how much guys you actually take time and think about how to improve people's lives, not just like Andrew Tate in charity, but actually improving. Um, Lives of people like me. Like you guys don't know how much I prayed for you already. Like I'm so grateful, and I hope I can someday somehow repay any value, because the $50 a month I pay is nothing. It's actually nothing. I'm getting angry at myself that I just pay $50. Should do much more. But yeah, it's and Andrew Bass, the professor of the copywriting campus, he says that, and he's a super busy guy, and he already made this much money, and I never saw anyone who's successful and down to earth. I think, like my father always told me, be careful of the rich guys, and I think he was right at some point. But Andrew says, no matter what question you ask me, if you put in the effort, I will do everything to help you. And he says it sometimes. He says it in his power calls. He says, guys, I want you to be successful. I want you guys to do it. I want your families to be like. It even makes me emotional. Like it's crazy how much effort he puts in, and sometimes doesn't even sleep. You can see it in his eyes, and he doesn't say it, but you can see it that he didn't sleep, because he worked this hard, just to improve the experience. And he's giving full effort since over a year, I think. Like the Power Up call, it was number 300. Now we are at 400. He did it every day, consequently, every single day. I don't know anyone like that, and I don't know anyone who's rich and actually cares about anyone else this much, especially about broke people like me who felt like they're nothing, who felt like they're a disgrace, or just lost in life, but even distract them so much that they don't even remember that anymore. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I'm actually curious to see other people in the real world as well. I know some guys there; they're friends of mine now. I never had friends like this, who are nailing it as well. And it's interesting to see every person like what they become after because they're so different. Like you will realize who you are once you start working on yourself, and you will realize what you actually want. Um, I actually got to know myself better as well. Like I always wanted to pray. I always wanted to wake up at 5 in the morning my whole life, and I never got to do it. Like I always didn't wake up, and I was so successful in everything. I was like, hey, why don't I do this? I did it for a week straight without any problems, and I was super tired because of my boxing gym. One day I had to stay awake had to stay awake, because I had to drop someone off and stuff like that. One day I don't know, I didn't. Yeah, it's insane. Like before it was like, oh, when I don't eat right, then I'm not be able to work. Bro, I eat 2 times a day, sometimes even 1 time a day. I don't care. Like I don't even feel it anymore. You don't even have to give me food. You give me water, I will do 2 weeks. You give me one slice of bread, I'm gonna I'm gonna win. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I will take it as a challenge. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you a lot.
And that's why all of this exists, the real world, what Andrew Tate preaches, the message he does. Because what you've done, this was always within you.
Yeah.
It's just because of all the distractions, because of the way you're programmed from birth, it was all like you couldn't harness and tap into this. But now
Yeah,
you get the guidance from, again, the real world, from Andrew. And look, in 3 and 4 months, we have become. And it's this the beauty of seeing that and realizing, as in the impact you're going to have on people is going to be huge as well, just in terms of you being a better man. You've already done it for your family. Think
yeah,
about as you progress through life, the people you'll affect as well and how they'll affect the community around you. And then eventually, just through that, having that
yeah,
kind of impact on that many people will even change the world in a way, in your own way.
definitely.
So it's like just even from one person, you can have such a huge impact from changing one person. So yeah, and
That's
you're
what I think
proof of that.
sometimes. I'm thinking like, okay, if I have my first employee, I'm gonna give him everything like he needs. Obviously, not like everything, like spoil him, or more like give him the tools, give him the right advice I didn't have, and just helping as many guys as possible and help them be successful and do the right thing, obviously, and have the good impact in the world. Yeah, definitely.
Mhm. Okay, so we could be going all day, but we'll need to wrap up because there's
Sure,
still more we can talk about at the start of next year and do another hour long or longer
sure.
interview then. Um,
As you wish. Always available for you guys. Definitely.
okay, then to wrap everything up, since this all began in the real world, for
Yeah.
people who are unsure about joining, because what if they're thinking it could be a scam, what advice would you have to them?
I thought it was a scam as well. I thought the real world would be a scam, definitely. I had many courses. I have been in different fields and jobs where companies bought courses from me for $300, $400. I had many Udemy. I had many courses on different platforms, like stuff like that. And I thought it's going to be a scam, and I thought it's not even possible. And I asked myself, do they even know how these things work, And at some point, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna. I saw these people who had these interviews with you, just like I'm sitting here, and I saw them, and I realized that they weren't lying about the 50K, 30K stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I'm actually a G inside. I know it at some point. I can do great things. I never lost belief in myself. So I was like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it as well. So actually, I got annoyed by these guys. And I'm sitting here now. It seems like the circle has closed, I've gone for a circle. But I was super annoyed at these guys. I still remember there was one guy who said he made 80K or something. I'm gonna wreck him, like just in money. Like I like it. He's probably a good guy, but like I want to make more, because I'm angry at myself. But basically, I thought it was a scam as well. I had many other courses where people are like, I don't know, the way they teach is so bad. Like it's a bit like school and stuff. I was very bad at school. I thought courses are not gonna help me. I just joined because it's just 50K, and I spent 50K in rubbish, like I spent back in the days. So in sugar, or I don't know, in anything bad, games, stuff like that. And after the first day, just scrolling through everything and checking what there is, I realized it's crazy, crazy, crazy massive value. I don't even know how to tell you because I've seen how courses are. I wanted to create one myself. It's insane, and it gets better and better. And I don't realize why the price is not getting higher. Like the price is still the same. I feel like you guys are doing charity. Actually, I like with the whole of the all of the work and stuff. I feel like I feel like I'm the scammer, to be honest, because I just gave you $50 and you gave me like everything. My wife loves me, my business going well, everything. Getting a new car probably sometime soon, a good car. So yeah, it's not a scam. It's not a scam. It's super super real. It's super super honest. If you are serious, you will definitely going to like it. I don't know. I think there are some videos on YouTube where people are like, "I tried Hustlers University, and this is what get out of it. I got out of it." And then they are like, yeah, it's overflow of information, da 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 da. And then they're like, yeah, the course is like this. The professors, they seem a bit weird because they always talk about push-ups and stuff like that. Like, if you have a clean heart, if you are a religious person, or if you are not robbing someone, if someone's wallet falls down and you're not the guy who just steals it and gives it back to him, and you join Hustlers University with that mentality that you just give them a chance and check it for yourself, you will see it's real. It's as clear as night and day. And honestly, if you join it and think it's a scam, okay, that's good. Just move. Just never come back, okay? Because I think it's too late for you, man. Like, it's so obvious. Like, if you're this crazy, if you're this insane that you get into it, you get like 15 courses where everyone is super competent. You get a mindset channel. You get tools how to fix your damn brain because you're a zombie at this point, and you still say, "Oh, this is a scam." Dude, please. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, Like, I don't know. What to say. I understand that some people are like, don't think the best about Andrew Tate. I was like that. I don't know if I disliked him in the beginning. I don't know. I quite quickly realized that he's saying the right things. But just content, just educational wise, if you leave everything, usually education was just education. If you go to a math class, it's about math, not about it's not about who teaches math, So if you go into Hustlers University, if you want to learn copywriting, focus on the stuff and you will see that it's amazing. If you want to learn ecom and he says try this and this and this and it will take a bit of time, and you're like, oh, this is too hard before you even start, yeah, then it's a scam for you probably. But everything in life will be a scam for you then. Like, that's your reality will be a scam, But yeah, Hustlers University is legit. It's real. I could prove it to you, like I can give you now a structure how to do lead generation. Give me 2 hours. I will tell you from A to Z what you have to do to get a client, how to make him really, really happy, how to get a testimonial and get 3 more clients out of that. Like, I can do this and give me 50 minutes. I will do it for you. Right now, I give a framework and I learned all of it in the Hustlers University, and you can learn it in 1 week. You just have to put in the work. Like, that's not even crazy monk mode, Like, that's just, okay, I'm focusing on this and stuff. It's just a basic boot camp,
Yes, indeed. Wow. Okay, dude. Remember everything that happens from now until 3 months after later. Remember everything. We'll need you to give me a breakdown in that time, because again, you're gonna be huge because of your trajectory. Good.
Can't wait.
Okay. And for people who want to find out more about you or contact you, where can they do so?
I run a Shopify agency. You can get there. You can add me on LinkedIn. My name is Najam. I have a German flag next to my name, so you find it maybe. You can add me. You can go to my URL if you need any. You can just contact me. It's steeris.com. So stearis.com.
Mm-hmm.
There's a contact formula. Just message me if you want to message me. You're going to do it. But yeah, if I can help you, there are many guys in the Hustlers University, in the real world, sorry, who ask me for advice and stuff like that, and I hold them accountable. That's the mentality in there. I tell them what to do. I was at the same stage and stuff like that. People are hungry, That's a great thing. They're hungry people. They're not like lame people. And yeah, if you want to message me, just go ahead. Sure.
Okay. We'll add those to the description of the video. And yeah, Najam, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for all the insights you provided. It was great listening to the transformation you've had. And man, this was from zero, as I said. So in 3 months, I can't even imagine where you'll be. It'll be huge. Yeah. So I very much look forward to that.
Definitely.
I wish you all the best until then.
Thank you very much. Thank you for everything.